What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Alright, welcome back. So today I'm gonna be teaching you how to draw yourself in the Gravity Falls style. We already did the Rick and Morty style a few weeks ago and it was a great success. You guys loved it. And just like that video, I'll be teaching you how to make yourself an avatar. But this time it's gonna be in the Gravity Falls style. First thing we need to do is establish a base to work with. The base First thing we need to establish is a base to work with. Our base for our avatar here will be the shape of the head. Let's take a look at some of the characters of Gravity Falls here. As you can see, we've got 5 of the main characters here. We've got Dipper, Mabel, Gruncle, Stan, Wendy and Suze. All characters have their own special shape for their heads. We're gonna pick one of these special shapes to work with. Since my head is kind of squarish, we're going for the Gruncle Stan shape. If your head's a different shape, you should try and use one of the other shapes. You can even use other characters. I just chose these characters because they're the characters you see most in the series. Alright, so now we've chosen our base for the face, let's move on to the next parts of the body. I'm gonna sketch in some guidelines on where my eyes will be, the mouth and the nose. That's something that really helps when you're drawing. All you really have to do is draw 3 different lines. One through the middle of the face, second that's horizontal through the face, and one a bit lower. And you have got something like this. So now that we've sorted this all out, it's time to move on to step number 2. Adding the face, which is quite important. The eyes. So when we look at our characters here, you can see that all the eyes are pretty much the same. They're just 2 circles overlaying each other with 2 dots inside of them. So we're just gonna make a circle here. We're gonna make one eye first, and then we're just gonna copy that one and overlay it on top of the other one. So now we've got one eye, but we need a second eye, right? As far up until now, I thought that I had 2 eyes, so I'm gonna keep doing that so far. I'm not a Cyclops, or 3 eyes, that's just a bit too much, right? So now we've got our second eye, and like I said, the eyes are overlaying each other a bit. And you can see here, we've got a base of a face with 2 blank eyes. So let's add in some pupils. Just add in 2 dots. Now it's time for some noses. We go back to our reference pack. There are a few different kind of noses. Gruncle Stan has this big, almost Bert and Ernie-like nose. Wendy has this nose pointing upwards, and Suze has this very pointy nose facing downwards. We can choose from a few noses here. Well, I quite like Dipper's nose. We've got this C thing, and this C is going to be my nose. And the nose is also overlaying one of the eyes, again, just like the second eye was overlaying the first eye. The nose starts exactly between the 2 eyes, and just erase the part that's not necessary. You should have something that looks like this. Third thing of the face that's quite important is the mouth. And I'm not gonna use a mouth from our references, I'm just gonna make one myself. It's not scary, you can do it yourself as well. You can pretty much use anything for the mouth. We can even use the ball mouth from Rick and Morty, but I'm not a big fan of that for my own avatars, so I'm gonna use another one. And voila! So this is our mouth, but we've got our face now, but it's not recognizable at all. It's just a face at the moment. This is one of the most important steps so far. We're gonna add in some key features of your own face. And how do you know what your key features are? One very easy key feature of the face is for instance, glasses. Second thing is we've already done is like the shape of the face. My face is kind of squarish, so that's why we chose a square face. One other thing, for instance, is the color of your eyes. Mine are blue, others are brown, you can be green. Now, the other features of the face are a bit more delicate, like the shape of the eyebrows, the distance between the eyes. Everyone has their own thing. Just imagine yourself being a child, and your child self has to draw you the way you are now. Imagine how that drawing would look and what things they would put on paper that you wouldn't just put on right now. I can't help you with that too much. I just gave you a few tips and I hope those helped you. What I'm gonna do now is add in some key features to the head that make it look a bit more like me. I'll come back to you for the hair. And we're back again. So I've added my glasses and I've added the eyebrows. That's basically what I've done. And we only need a few more things. First thing we're gonna add in now is my ear. So now we can just add in the ear to the side of our head. Now, we missed two things. Do you know which things we still miss? We still need a body. Yeah, that's the thing you thought of, right? You'll be using it in a square or social media or whatever you'll be using it for. I'm not sure what, but you can do it whatever you want. You don't need a full body. We're just gonna add in a neck and a part of the shoulders. Now, of course, you didn't really think of the body. Maybe you did. Well, kudos to you, but we still need some hair, of course. It's great to live next to an airport. You shouldn't really think too much about it. I'm gonna sketch a bit first to have a bit of an idea of how I want it to be, and we're gonna add in the line work later. With hair, you think of which way it flows to. Think of which way it's going. If your hair is like an afro, it's going all the way, everywhere. If your hair is like me, most of it is going one way and one small bit is going the other way. You'll have something that looks a bit like this. And voila! Here we have the line work of myself in the Gravity Falls style. One last thing to do. We can look back at our beautiful references and we can see there's no shading at all. All you really have to do for your character is add in the colors, some flat colors, and you're pretty much done. First, the background color. Second stage, a base color for your character. In this case, a skin color. Third step, adding in the other colors. And yeah, so we've got our flat colors here, but I think we can add in a bit more details. So what I'm gonna do here is make my nose a bit darker, add in a bit of a beard grow, something like that, to make it come a little bit more to life, and add in some highlights to the hair as well, and even add in some palm trees on the shirt, because I'm wearing palm trees right now. Now, a last final touch I want to add in myself is a few highlights to accentuate the side of the face and just to make it come a little bit more to life. Of course, you would think that I almost forgot the palm trees. I didn't. And there you have it, guys. That's me in the Gravity Falls style. I hope you learned something as well, and if you tried it yourself, feel free to send it right to me on Twitter. The link will be in the description. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Cheers!